Hi, friends and fellow Earth Angels. It's Gladys, and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will start by covering September 19th through the 25th, or whenever you're guided to watch, as I always intend these to be timeless readings, meaning whenever this video shows up in your feed, that is the time that the messages are meant for you. So I want to start by thanking you so much for your support, your kind words in my absence these last couple weeks. So I just want to let you know that I will, if I'm not going to be able to do a recording, which I don't foresee that in the future, but you never know, I will always post something on my channel in the community section. You can see the post, or if you're watching on YouTube and you go to your subscriptions, like button down at the bottom of your screen or on your phone at the bottom of the app, that post will pop up there. I know it doesn't always show up in everyone's feed, but for those of you who don't know, I have been away and I lost, well, I didn't lose, I shouldn't say. I had to give my best bud back to the angels. I had this sweet puppy dog for 12 years. He was 15. He lived a very long, full, beautiful life. He came into my life unexpected and he left unexpected. And it was perfect. And we had a beautiful life together. And I'm so grateful that we had this last year and a half where it was just me and him. And I'm still super sad. I'm still grieving. It's very, very difficult because I know there's many of you who watch this channel who've known me for many years, and you know the special relationship and the bond that he and I had. So I know it's just going to take some time. So I did need to take a break from life. So I am back this week for a weekly reading. We do have the full moon in Pisces coming up on September 20th. The full moon energy in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, so it can bring up emotions. So if you're feeling that energy, I would say honor that this week. And there is a long story behind the transition of my sweet friend. And I hope to share that in the future. Maybe that will be the story that resurrects my podcast. I haven't channeled on there in a while. I do have an angel series that I channeled for a podcast, and I have been waiting for kind of like a gateway to get me back into the storytelling. And my experience with the transition of my dog was pretty profound and miraculous. And I don't believe, although I say he left unexpected, and now that I look back, there were really divine synchronicities that were happening that prepared me, I believe, on a deep unconscious level for his transition. So I hope to share that in the future, but as of right now, I am still too sad to talk about it. So again, hence the Pisces, the full moon energy. So this week I am going to channel the angels, my first love, and bring you messages that are going to comfort you, support you, teach you, and inspire you. So let me just open up space. Let me invite in, actually. Let me share with you I told you I'm still not right. Let me share with you the cards that I'm going to be using first. I am going to be working with the Archangel cards. And the message of healing will come from the Power of Surrender deck. Action steps that you can take this week to support your healing will come from Flower Therapy. And the gift, which you're being gifted with this week, will come from the Divine Abundance Oracle. And then I will give you an overall message from the Love and Light, which I connect with God, Source, Creator, Father love. So that will be the overall message for you this week. All right, now let me open space. Let me invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that would like to assist with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good, and the best and highest good of all concerned. And once again, I'm going to connect my heart to the heart of the archangels in this deck. Okay, so let's begin. What angel wants to come forth this week, September 19th to the 25th? What's the most important angel we need to hear, see, feel, and know from? Wow. Oh, isn't that perfect? So, hold on. Let me get this card that flew off my table here. All right. So, we got the Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael's message is about healthy lifestyle. His message this week, it says, eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. So here's the thing. There's no shame in this. So if you're a person who fluctuates in on again, off again dieting, or if there's some not feeling good enough, or challenges with your body, which, I get it. I've been dealing with it for many, many years. That's not what this is about. For me, I feel like Archangel Raphael is saying that a healthy lifestyle right now is going to ground you, protect you, and support you in your deep inner knowing, connected to your intuition on how to move forward. So this is not about shame. Let's say sometimes, we kind of go into healthy eating habits, and then we shift into indulging, which I always believe is perfectly fine. And then we get that feeling of not feeling good again, or tired, or weighted down, or that brain fog. And then we're reminded, oh yeah, that's right. Let me swing back over into plants and nourishing foods and drinking water and moving my body. Remember, your physical body is always giving you a heads up. So that's why I want to delete the shame of the should, could, would, have tos. Just delete that energy. This is just a reminder. I almost feel like this is like insight for the future, like in order for you to, if you are enhancing or you're growing on your path, and you're going to need to make decisions, or you're going to need to be grounded and clear, activating a healthy lifestyle can empower you in that. When we're feeling sluggish and tired and weighted down because you haven't been able to move your body, stretching is also included in this. I'm seeing like stretching your body, eating plants. I feel like water enriched foods, drinking water, lubricating your body, maybe taking your vitamins, if vitamin C, D, zinc, and the like are things that will support your immune system. I feel like Archangel Raphael is coming in to remind you of that, but not in a way that's saying like you're doing it wrong or you fell off the wagon. That's not what this is about. It really is a message of support saying, hey, this is, if you've been asking, how can I get more clarity? How can I get clear vision about how to move forward? Here's your answer: healthy lifestyle. So Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. He is, or health and healing. He is the angel that helps us and our loved ones move through addictive tendencies. He's the money angel. He helps with money and abundance. He's one of a few angels that help with money and abundance. And he is also the angel of miracles. So not only is this about healthy lifestyle, but he can also support you in your own health and healing. He can, if you are an earth angel that is of service to humanity, maybe you do the healing arts, or maybe you do body work, or maybe you're in the first responder field, maybe you work in the medical field. Archangel Raphael is usually the archangel that works with the healers of the world, and that is predominantly the energies that I attract. So it's so suiting where he comes in if your purpose is full of being of service to others. And how may I do that? Some of you may be making jewelry, candles, maybe you're working with herbs, maybe you're making concoctions, with plants. Again, this is all included because, everything is about balance and polarity. The more the light expands on the planet, the more the fear is going to expand on the planet. Or remember, the more people get into a healthier lifestyle on the planet, the more the indulgence and the greed and the gluttony will expand on the planet, right? It's all about this balance, right? And so those people who are in that space of gluttony and indulging and maybe it's greed or whatever that overdoing is, eventually it's like they need that, and eventually they'll get sick of that and they'll come out of that and they'll move into the higher lights and move into nutrition and just feeling better. So it's constant cycles, right? It's constant cycles. So again, and we each as individually go through these cycles. Last year I could not get enough of Haagen-Dazs ice cream. This year I haven't had any at all, and it was like I needed to overindulge and get sick of myself in order to the pendulum to swing over the other way. So I don't deprive myself of anything now, and it's just I kind of keep a balance of enjoying sweet treats, but also to enjoying a very healthy lifestyle as well. So anything restrictive for earth angels or those that are operating in the divine feminine energy, those of you who are in that space, anything restrictive usually doesn't last. So this is where you kind of want to work with the energy of balance, right? So how can you create structures, routines, spiritual practices on a regular basis, and being able to do it in a way that's feasible, in a way that is realistic, right? And that's also flexible. So it doesn't have to be one thing every single day, but it could be, I walk, I have a bike, I do stretching, I get outside and get fresh air. There are many different ways that, I get that exercise in, but like I said, it's not being in a gym every single day, and that's not always realistic. So Raphael can help you with the guidance in the best way of what your body needs. Remember, there's so much influence in this world. Like, there's so much influence that tells you how to be, how to act, how to think, like what you need to eat in order to get a certain body style, or what you need to do in a gym, or how much time on an exercise machine you need. And so we're really moving into the space of intuitively listening to our body. So some of you, if you're on a regimen, this week it might be just encouraging you to listen to your body. What do I feel like today? Sometimes I feel like getting on my bike. Sometimes I feel like getting outside and going for a long walk. And sometimes I just feel like staying in bed and getting an extra hour or two of sleep. And remember, depending on what's going on in your life, what experiences you're having will affect those answers, right? And so you want to be mindful that you do want to not self-sabotage, and you want to listen to your body. Your body will encourage you to do something, but it doesn't always have to be restrictive and a strict regimen. And again, remember, I feel like this is a message that's setting you up for success for what's to come. It's not about what you've done in the past or what you're doing now. If you're setting that intention of I want to hear that inner voice more clearer. I want to feel empowered. I want to move forward. If you're feeling foggy, if you're feeling stuck, Raphael is saying this is a pathway to help you feel empowered in your physical body and inspired to be able to move forward and feel energetically abundant, right? To take the action to help you feel that inner peace and that love and the support that you want to feel inside. All right, so let me see here. Raphael, what message of healing with the power of surrender, what message of healing do you have for the collective this week? What message of healing is the most important message to hear, see, feel, and know about their healing? Okay, so the first card is, oh boy, surrender procrastination. So if you're like, I've been meaning to get to this week might be a powerful week. Again, we're getting ready to drop into that full moon in Pisces energy. Pisces ends the zodiac. It's the last of the 12, and then Aries is the beginning. So we're ending a full moon cycle here. And so being able to reflect on the last year of releasing, this full moon would be a really good time for you to release procrastination and putting things off, insecurities, doubts, worries, fears, right? The message here said now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Take action. Taking action will attract success. So again, I feel like this goes along with that healthy lifestyle, feeling empowered, feeling strong in your body. For me, doing regular light weights helps me feel like I have a strong upper body as well. And again, I'm always tuned into how I'm feeling and not forcing myself to do something beyond what I have the energy for. And there goes the sirens with Archangel Michael. And so again, this is no shame here. If you have been procrastinating, this isn't the angels saying, shame, shame. We see you're not doing what you're supposed to. This is not what that's about. That's ego. That's a lower vibration. And the angels are saying, we recognize this. And now is the time that change is upon us. And so we're giving you these messages to support you and the inner knowing that it's time to take action, right? Taking action will attract success. One thing leads to another. So it's not, it's about how you can find balance. And it doesn't have to necessarily be all or nothing. Let's see here. What else? Oop. Surrender the ego. Again, the ego wants to shame. It wants to blame. Again, the lower vibration. I mean, there's all aspects. So I'm not demonizing the ego because I think it's phenomenal. I think it always gives me it's like a compass of where I'm at. So I really try to befriend it. So I don't want to demonize it, but when you can recognize it, there's the sirens again. When you can recognize it, it can actually be a powerful tool to assist you and kind of move you in a direction that's more in alignment with your higher will. So this says, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others, and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. So I feel like it's the ego that wants to shame on you, that wants to limit you, that wants to blame, that part of you where it's kind of like the old outdated beliefs like, oh, don't do this or bad things will happen, right? It's kind of like, as I was saying, as light expands, as you start moving into a healthier lifestyle and you're bringing in more light into your body, the fear or ego wants to constrict, right? It's kind of like the dance. It's like the breath. You expand and contract. So the more light that expands and the more light you take in, the more laughter, love, adventure, play, fun, freedom, all that stuff, inner peace, and more that expands in your body, anything that's not a vibrational match needs to come up and out. And that's why the ego is so powerful. And so when you practice regular meditations of observing your thoughts, just being aware of what's on your mind, you will then get to know that ego part of you in an intimate way, right? And so, I can tell when shame is kicking up within me. So, we carry the energy of shame in the chest, the lungs, and the throat, all the way up until the throat, right? And so ideally, to clear out shame, you want to imprint or call in the energy of pride. And we're talking about spiritual pride, not ego, boastful pride. So some of you this week may want to work with the energies of self-esteem, worth, value. Again, if you're feeling any restrictions in your throat, if you're having any challenges in your chest, in your lungs, the emotional connection, again, is shame. And you can call on Angel Celestina. Angel Celestina is the angel that helps us or supports us with self-esteem, worth, and value, and helps to imprint the energy of spiritual pride. The angels want you to be proud of who you are, proud of the work you're doing, right? Where does it say? To be in service of others, right? When you're receiving this divine energy, you're filled up to overflowing, and you want to then give from the overflow. You never really want to give from that depleted place. So again, with eating a healthful diet and getting adequate sleep and exercise, right? If you are burning yourself out, even if your body's healthy, you're not energetically going to feel good, right? So this is where, I do 80-20. 80% of what I put into my body is water and plants and nutrient enriched foods that I absolutely love. I love to cook. Pinterest is my best friend, and I've found some amazing recipes. I tend to eat more gluten-free. I tend to eat more vegan, but understand that's a personal choice for my body. Not everybody can sustain on a meat-free diet. So, eventually meat gave me up, right? So for me, it's more, this is what works for my body and keeps me clear. And it's a personal choice for everybody. So again, if you're feeling sluggish and you're feeling tired, understand that the sugar is detoxing, the dairy is detoxing out of your system. You may require more sleep. And this might be a message for some of you who have already started to make these changes and you're questioning, like, I feel worse. Why isn't it getting better? Know that Raphael is assisting you, right? So, and those of you who have been feeling that way in however, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, and you've been putting off the call of the heart, this is saying, recognizing like, hey, your message, like, this might be the ego stuff, right? And you can call on the Archangel Raphael. Sometimes it's like, oh, I'm going to need a miracle, right? In order to get me out there, it's going to be a miracle for me to start taking the baby steps, right? Minor adjustments make huge changes in the long run. So we're talking about a lifestyle change, right? Healthy lifestyle. This is the expanding and not a quick fix, right? Not something fast because you have a reunion or a wedding or something that you've got to, make adjustments for. That's not healthy. So be aware of the limiting thoughts and the experiences you're having that might be shaming on yourself, right? And again, it's just a recognition of it. I mean, this is something that I'm challenged with often, and I'm getting much better at it, and I'm a lot more kinder to myself. And again, I am absolutely proud of who I am and what I'm offering the world and my imprint on humanity. I'm absolutely proud of that. And from that gratitude, from that humility, I get to do more of that in my life. So, and I also feel like this is a message for some of you out there. It could be one person. Don't, how do I want to say it? Don't quit before the miracle, all right? So sometimes when we can't see evidence of all the hard work we're putting in, sometimes we, with the fear and doubt and like the self-esteem, we can question if we're moving in the right direction. And if you're getting to that space where you're like, oh, I just want to turn back, or I just want to give up. Many times I've been in that space, friends, and I really literally quit on God a few times throughout my career here. And I'd say, that's it, I quit. But it really was me quitting on the procrastination and the limiting beliefs that I had. And every time I did that, there was a vulnerability that I had with the divine that shifted things. And, you know, God always sent me more clients, more experiences, more opportunities, as if like, nope, you don't quit. I'm not accepting your resignation. So understand there may be some of you who are kind of teetering. Maybe you just don't see the evidence of the changes that you've been making and the fruits of your labor coming in, right? Maybe you're not seeing the harvest or the shoots coming up from the ground yet. And I feel like Raphael's message is don't quit before the miracle, keep the faith. And so if you've taken so much action, get back to taking care of yourself. Maybe you got laundry that needs to get done. Maybe you've got to clean out your refrigerator. Maybe you've got to clean out your car or put your clothes away or get busy doing, this human stuff so the divine can come in and open space so the divine can come in. When we have our energy in all areas, it's really hard to let that energy in. So, my grandma always says, life happens when you're busy doing other things. So what have you been procrastinating on? That basement or that clothes pile or that yard work? Go do that stuff, right? And come from the heart to shift the energy, to let the angels in. All right, so what action steps can you take this week to support your healing? What action steps? All right, that being said, Raphael, what action steps can they take this week to support their healing? Oh, share the message of love. Perfect. It says, rivers of love flow within you and others may benefit from this healing energy. Be mindful of each word that passes your lips. That's so beautiful. So encouraging others, sharing that love again from inside out, cultivate gratitude, being of service to others, taking action. Again, what you can do is be of service to others. So again, if you haven't seen the fruits of your labor, right? Maybe you have been doing this, but you're still feeling like tired or sluggish, or you're not seeing the gains. And this is where Raphael is saying, don't quit before the miracle. Maybe some of you are in detox mode, or maybe some of you sometimes, there's levels that we have to move through, just like grades in our education system here on this planet. For many of us, we have to take these tests to see if we're ready for the next level. And maybe some of you are in this space where you're being encouraged to take care of yourself and put yourself first, and really trust and have faith in the divine. And that could be because, going forward, I talk about, my journey so often that, I never know when clients are going to book appointments. I never know who's going to book. When I get on a call or somebody comes into the office, I never know what's going to be said. So my life is predominantly the unknown and the unseen and the uncertain. And so, my fierce faith of 14 years of everything always working themselves out in divine and perfect order is how I can release that fear that goes along with the uncertainty in my life. And then also too, that encourages me to trust my work, right? Trust my purpose, trust the divine and the gifts that I have, right? And so many of you are in this space of really coming empowered within. When we are doubtful, when we're constricted, we're restricting energy, right? When we're on guard or we're constricted, your energy's being depleted when you're like in a fearful space or you're in a frustrated space. You want to make sure that you're breathing and allowing energy to flow through you, even in difficult situations, because this could be also an activator of procrastination. Check in. Maybe you're tired. I know it seems counterintuitive to get rest. Where does it say? It says somewhere. Oh, here. It says get some rest. I know when there's so much to do and you're on the cusp of something, again, and you're feeling like, why can't I get this done? Why can't I move forward? And the ego is like, you're not good enough and maybe this isn't right for you and all that. Understand that you may need sleep, deep, restful sleep, getting that extra hour. The other night, I was exhausted. I was in bed by like 8 o'clock. I think I got like 10 hours sleep, and it was exactly what I needed. And of course I had stuff that I needed to do. But actually the next day, because I had an abundance of rest, I got more done faster. So for some of you, check in with yourself. Maybe you're tired, maybe you have no reason to be tired, with the meaning like, maybe you're not stressed and maybe work is okay. And you're like, why am I tired? Understand earth angels are so sensitive to the planets. We've got 2 planets going direct. We've got the full moon in Pisces. We're right in the midst of we're in the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow phase. Mercury goes retrograde on the 26th. So there's a lot of energy coming up. And remember, Mercury retrograde is a time to revisit, renew, redo, review. It's not a time for a lot of action forward. So I feel like, really just incorporating a healthy diet, getting water and sleep is a really great time for, this Mercury retrograde. I think Jupiter is going direct, and there's another planet that's going direct. So Jupiter is the planet of luck, and I think that kind of like cools off the Mercury retrograde a little bit. Mercury retrograde is in Libra. Libra is all about relationships and fairness and justice and balance. So, like I said, there's a lot of energy coming up, and you're really going to be needing to be grounded and clear to make decisions rather quickly if need be. So, and then share your message, share the messages of love. Maybe you're inspired by something, maybe a kind smile. I do have to say, sharing the messages of love. So, I have not lost anyone close to me since I was 9 years old. So I lost my grandmother that I was very close to when I was 9 years old. And I've been very lucky over these last over 30 years. I've been very lucky to have not lost like immediate family members. I mean, I've lost some friends, but my mom and my brother, and then, for the most part, my immediate family is still with me. And so losing my brownie, losing my dog, my puppy, losing him was very profound, and it really just broke a lot of things up for me. And I have to say, it was, the irony is that my business is predominantly mediumship. I connect people with their loved ones, and they're always profound. And, with the loss of him being my person, it's been me and him for the last 10 years. It's just been me and him. And, he's been my dude. He's been my person. He's been my confidant. And we've had a year and a half together. He's been my companion. So to lose him as fast as I did, it really shook me up, and it gave me a lot to think about. And I do have to say, the reason why, the point of this story is that there are those of you who sent me emails and sent me cards and wrote very beautiful, kind, loving comments on my post. And I just want to tell you, when I would tell people, I'm so sorry for your loss, my deepest condolences are with you, sometimes I would feel like that wouldn't be enough. Sometimes I'd be like, man, it just seems so cliche. Everybody says that. But now being on the receiving end, the nurses at the vet clinic and, those who, the vet techs that helped me, through that experience, to say, I'm so sorry for your loss was so comforting. It was so kind. It was so soothing. So again, with sharing messages of love, please know that your kind words just, I felt like when people said to me, I'm so sorry for your loss, I felt like I feel you and I don't know what to do for you. So I'm saying I'm sorry for your loss. And it was so genuine and it really touched my heart. So please know that when you offer condolences, when you offer a listening ear, when you offer kindness, and, I know there are those of you out there who have also lost pets that are near and dear to you. So you guys get it. It is hard, and to reach out and offer your kindness, it really touched my heart in ways that I never expected. So I feel like, if we sometimes feel in a rut and this ego is flaring up and, somebody needs support, or you see somebody going through something, those brief words can be so soothing and comforting. So please don't doubt, everybody's saying this, or, I'm not really sure what to say, I'm so sorry for your loss, or I'm sending you love. I can tell you I felt it, and it was so comforting. So this is the gift of the earth angels, right? Just to be there, just to listen, just to be present. So those are the action steps that you can take this week that will also fill you up to overflowing. All right, let me see here. Let me just get some tears I gotta clean up. So let me share. What are you being gifted with this week? What are you being gifted with this week? Let's move this up here. We have divine flow. Beautiful. It says, eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow at all costs. So again, I feel like divine flow is the messages that everything happens in divine and perfect order. If you're getting those nudges or those inklings, remember it's not the divine shaming you. It's not your body being demanded. It's saying, hey, we recognize you're going down a course here. Let's swing back over and just start with some water. Start with some fresh air. Start with even spiritually nourishing your soul, right? Listening to some divine music, some positive energy music. I know so many of you are go-getters. You're action-oriented. You're goal-oriented. But you also have to understand that anything that's going to sustain you needs to come from that abyss from within, right? That deep intuition. And the stars aren't always aligned. I know, and I mean that, like, pun intended. The stars aren't always aligned with where you're at. And so this is where I feel like getting back to taking care of the physical shell, your health is primary this week. And then you'll start feeling better, right? When you feel good, the people around you feel good. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. And when they feel good, the people around them feel good. So remember, peace on earth that starts with you. So how can you move in a direction of what do I feel like today? What checking in and saying, what is it that I need today? And creating stillness to listen to that still small voice within can help you move easily and effortlessly. I'm seeing this imagery where some of you might be like on the whitewater raft when the dam is like at its highest or most open. And the divine is saying, hey, listen, that's fun for a little bit, but we can't operate. So we're going to spit you into the lazy river. So again, some of you are energetically abundant. You want to move and you want to take action. You want to do things, but the divine is saying, hey, listen, we need you to kind of just lay on a tube and let the river take you down and just enjoy your environment, right? Let's see here. The other message is deepening. Yeah, it's so wonderful when we get into this space of flow and listening and pause and listening to that, like what our body needs. There's this deepening here. So once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God, right? So again, being able to release any shame that's connected to this, right? Being of service and saying, okay, how can I offer some assistance and guidance will fill you up. And then you step into this flow, asking Creator, where can I be today? Where should I go today? Where is my energy most utilized? And sometimes, friends, it's in your bed getting extra sleep, right? Sometimes it's preparing a meal and working with plants and working with grains and working with the earth. Maybe it's your flowers, or maybe it's getting outside and enjoying the fresh air. So understand that you're in a level of deepening right now, which takes you out of your comfort zone, right? And so we're learning how to be comfortable, uncomfortable, in the unknown, in the uncertain. So for me, because my life is like 90% uncertainty, it's crucial that I create 10% certainty in my life. So I have routines, I have structure, I have I'm very consistent in what I eat and when I eat, and the routines that I do for myself and how I take care of myself. You know, this week I got into a chiropractic adjustment, and then I was able to get a massage. And so again, I know I've talked about them before in my channel, but Healing in Harmony, if you're local here in Rhode Island or Southern Massachusetts, there is a goddess lair in Healing in Harmony, and it is in Harmony, Rhode Island. It's like right between Smithfield and Chepachet. And it is a beautiful space. And this time I had a massage with Christy, and she really took care of my physical body. I had so much tension in my shoulders and my neck from all the emotional energy I had gone through, and it was by magic that I was able to get an appointment with her. And then I also work with Carrie over there, who works with the spiritual, and their work is profound over there. Now, I haven't been able to work with any of the other therapists, but I would encourage you to check out their website. They are truly doing some profound, amazing goddess healing spiritual work there. So I just kind of wanted to share that. I'm not getting anything from it. I just love them. So I believe that we can share each other, right? If you have golden nuggets, share it, right? Why not? So like I said, taking care of your body this week and really nourishing your soul, connecting with people who are loving and supporting, that's all going to deepen like I said, your connection with yourself. All right, let me finish here with an overall message from Creator, God Source Creator. What is the most important message that you need your children of light to hear this week? Honor your uniqueness, right? Follow the call of the heart. It says, thank you for making me so wonderfully complex. Your workmanship is marvelous. How well I know it. Oh, this is so beautiful. Remember, you were born to be different. You were born to march to the beat of your own drum. And I understand that society wants us to be like everyone else. There's a part of us that wants to just fit in, that just wants to be normal. But I can tell you from experience, once I squeeze into that space, I'm in it and I'm like, I don't want to be normal. I don't like this. So you're being encouraged to march to the beat of your own drum. Take leaps of faith. Those of you, Earth Angels who are connected to this channel, remember I say this often, that you guys are the leaders, right? You're making changes. You're paving new paths. And to inspire others to step into their power, right? And it's not always an easy journey. And that's why, your physical body and knowing your own intuition and what divine guidance is and what the ego guidance is and knowing the difference is part of the test. It's part of the challenges and the adversity and the experiences you need to have in order to grow, right? It's part of the levels, and there's so many of you that are up leveling, I feel, right? And so self-sovereignty, self-independence, really loving who you are. For me, that's been a journey, and I'm finally in a place where I love who I am. I'm happy on my own. I'm happy in partnership. I'm happy in friendship. I love who I am, and hasn't been an easy journey for me, but I just enjoy me, and because I enjoy me, I naturally attract other people who enjoy themselves, and we enjoy each other together, and it's so fun, my friends. So when you really embrace your uniqueness and those gifts that are you, even though they're different, even though other people may not understand it, there's a light that activates inside, right? There's this self-sovereignty, this empowerment that wells up from the inside out, and that's what God wants for you. For me, I would say, remember, you're a child of the Most High God. That's my, evangelical Christian part of me, but you are a goddess, you are a god, you are a spiritual being, you are an empowered individual walking in the light, and the divine doesn't want you to forget that. But it also too, it's easy to stay in that spiritual realm and forget about our physical shell. So I have this goal, like I just feel like I want to live to be 100 years old. I want to be an old wise woman in this lifetime, and so in order to do that, everything I do now is in accordance to that plan. So I make adjustments with food now. I make adjustments in how I take care of myself. I make adjustments in how I exercise. I make adjustments with the people I'm connecting with. I make adjustments in my mindset, right? So, that's kind of like a long-term plan for myself. And because of that, I adjust accordingly. And I live my life in a unique way. Nobody wants to struggle and suffer for 100 years, right? So, understand that, Earth Angels do have the gift of longevity, and there's a lot to offer on this planet. So start taking care of yourself first, and everything else falls in line easily and effortlessly. All right, so I am going to finish there. Let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, the divine mother and father, and all their holy beings of light that assisted with this guidance for you today, especially the Archangel Raphael. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done. All right, friends. Well, I just teared up just a little bit. Like I said, it's still raw. I still miss my dude a lot. Still in self-healing mode. But I am working. I am seeing clients now in the office. I am not doing close contact energy therapies. I still don't know when I'm going to put that on the calendar, but I am offering past life regression. I've been working with a lot of couples, partners I've been working with, and doing divine guidance readings together and life purpose readings together and doing mediumship readings together. I'm working with mothers and daughters that are coming in and friends that are coming in. It's really fun. So you can do that online, remotely, or you can do it in the office. Again, past life regressions are available, and then individual sessions of divine guidance, mediumship, and life purpose. If I can offer you support in any way, please utilize my services. I do offer coaching, but for the most part, 1 or 2 sessions is really all you need to get that fire ignited. So come sit with me or come log on Zoom with me, and the link on how to book is below. Would love to see you, but of course I'm sending you love, just through the energy of these readings, and they can just be just as supportive for you. So thank you again for your kind words. Thank you so much for your support, and again, your generosity these last couple weeks with understanding, my space. So I love you for that. I just love you in general for what your soul has to offer on this planet. God loves you so much. Trust in the divine, trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.